Good afternoon. Congratulations to the families and students of Sachem's class of 2026. I'd like to take a moment to thank our faculty and a special thanks to Ms. Herman and Mr. Bernstein, along with the rest of our class government officers, Arda, Kyle, Luke, and Jake, for organizing many special events for us throughout the year that we may never forget. Once upon a time, we all made a decision we thought we would make or break our days. We've probably made a decision like that every day. Despite these choices, there are full days we don't remember, days that have been unconsciously erased from our memories. It shows how often we stress over things that are insignificant in the grand scheme of things. When I've realized this, I felt humbled. I was sure I'd be taller in another dimension. I felt small and not worth the mention. It was as if I was making choices that weren't going to have an effect on my future. And in another life and another world, I'd be making bigger choices. But there is no other life. There's no reason to feel small. Just because something may not be a big deal in the future doesn't mean it doesn't matter now. It does matter. Every choice you make, every feeling you feel, and every room you enter matters. And the person it matters most to is yourself. You decide if the choices you make will stay with you. As we move on from high school, we get a clean slate, new beginnings. And with this comes new choices. The advice I was given, that I pass on to you now, is to follow your heart and walk down the path you feel is right. If you feel you should travel, then travel. If you want to be closer to God, then build that relationship. If you wish to have a closer relationship with your family, then start to spend more time with them. Make choices you'll be proud to live with. The greatest regret in life, according to people on their deathbed, is not spending more time with loved ones. It's easy for us to look toward the future, but we should remember the people who helped us get here. So if you're fortunate enough to have your mom and your dad here, be sure to hug them. There's a saying that when you die, 7 minutes of your greatest memories play in your head. I can guarantee that all 7 minutes of your parents' memories will be of you and your siblings. I think we often take it for granted how much our parents do for us. Thank you for everything, Mom, Dad, Dada, Mimi. Thank you to Sid and Shrey for always picking me up. Thank you to my friends for many laughs. I'm glad I have so many fond memories and have had so many good times together. However, I find that I don't think about these times as much as I should. Not even in the sense that I'm reminiscing about them, but just to remember times I've enjoyed. Recently, I was talking to my friend Christian, who's in 7th or 8th grade, and he was telling me stories of what he's doing in school. How he and his friends mess around in class and make it fun, or how they get in trouble. It reminded me that even during middle school, a period that won't have a big impact on my future, I can still look back on things that I enjoyed and things that I regret. Even with these regrets, I'm content with being on stage right now. I think most people sitting, ready to walk, would agree with me that we would hesitate to change the past because we know any small change can make a huge snowball effect in the present. Still, despite this, I continue to find myself hesitating to make a small change or build a new habit right now, despite knowing how big of a difference it can make, and if I can decide if it's for the better or for the worse. The truth is, changing one thing can make a difference, but so will not changing. Before I end this off, I want you all to remember to live in the present and enjoy the past. Make your own future and be careful which way you lean. The last piece of advice I give you today has been shared by Hernan Cortez, a Spanish conquistador. Burn the boats, he says. As Cortez entered the New World, he told his men to burn the boats, that they must succeed in their conquest because there's no going back. And as we enter our next stage of life, be sure to have conviction in your choices and stay committed to the path you believe is right. Commit to it, and don't spend your life looking over your shoulder. Thank you, and congrats, class of 2026.